Hello and welcome to Lifestyle and Fashion Tea. And let me jump right on into it. Well, y'all, I don't know. It's not about Daddy. It's not about Cassie because I don't feel like talking about them right now. Not right now. Probably a little later on. I don't even hear their names for a few hours because I'm sure going to talk about them later. But what I do want to talk about is these 10 New Orleans inmates escaping. And while I'm saying that, look at here. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Do everything that you have to do to keep me in the algorithm. Because look, I need a second job. I need a part. And I don't like working for other people. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like to. I don't like to work for other people, even though YouTube you are working for other people, because I mean it's yours, but you still have to follow their rules. But I don't want nobody to be telling me what time to come in, and I can't. No, I don't have time for all that. I don't have time. I've been running my own daycare for like 25 years, and even though it's your own business, you still got to apply to the state rules. But any hoot, you're not like somebody is under you all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I need this. I need this because we are in a Trump session and we're getting ready to hit a Great Depression. So please like, share, and subscribe. Now we're going to get into these 10 New Orleans escapees. I did hear that 2 or 3 might have been captured at this point, but how did 10 inmates all escape? And when I looked at the film, it looked like 10 slaves running away from the plantation. Yes, it did. It looked like they was like, Lord, like they was going to see Harriet. Moses. They heard her singing. And they were out. Do you hear me? They were, what's the song Harriet Tubman sing? Come on, Tracy, come on. Oh man, I can't think of it as much as I love that movie, Harriet. I can't think of, what's the song Harriet Tubman, Cynthia Erivo always singing, I can't think of it, but it is something to do with Moses, going home to see my, well, you know, the slaves did songs and that means time to go. Well, that's what they heard. They heard Harriet Tubman singing, and they were out of there. Let's take a listen. Because it was some inside help. They ain't do that by themselves. They ain't cut all that. No. And they were flying.
Listen to this off-the-rails Presser Anderson, and you can see how officials are answering.
So no one was watching live video all night at the jail?
I won't say no one was watching live video, but
how did nobody see them
there are
leaving
over
the jail?
900 cameras.
How did nobody see them leaving the jail?
There are over 900 cameras in
No,
this
it's
facility.
just, how did no one see a massive jailbreak? But it's your job. It's your job to monitor every single person in this facility every day. Do you want to say you're sorry to the people of New Orleans for having this happen? I mean,
We are underfunded, understaffed, underpaid. So we do our best to hire staff and retain them, but like everyone else, we're short.
Wow. I mean, Chief Ramsey, it's kind of remarkable. He's saying there's 900 cameras. If there's no one actually watching the cameras or watching the video feed, then that seems initially. Isabel said that it just happened that this person allegedly got up for food at the exact same time that this jailbreak occurred. What stands out to you about this, Chief?
Well, first of all, that timing's awful suspicious. I mean, you know, you leave to get food at the same time these guys decide to escape. I mean, that is by itself tells you that something is just not right. There's no way they could have done this without help from the inside, and they probably have some help on the outside once they got out. I wouldn't doubt that at all. They've only caught one so far. There was a 7-hour gap from the time they actually escaped to the time they were noticed to be missing, 8:30, and it was another hour before they notified law enforcement about the escape. This whole thing it just stinks. It's bad.
These inmates, escaped inmates, are facing a variety of charges, including violent charges such as murder, aggravated assault, false imprisonment. So let's dig a little bit deeper here into the timeline and what happened with this brand new surveillance video. 12:23 a.m. You can see them right there yanking on these doors, pulling them off the tracks, says the sheriff. Then at 1 a.m., it is at this moment that a corrections monitoring technician stepped away from their position where they would be visually watching this pod to go grab some food. And that is the moment the sheriff tells us that the inmates exited through a hole in the wall behind the toilet, got into the loading dock, and you can see them right here. This is after they scaled the wall, going past the barbed wire, and then going through this interstate. Now, the Orleans Parish Sheriff, Susan Hudson, says that the cells had defective locks, but they also had evidence of this being an inside job. The plumbing and the rebar that you can see right here had been clean cut with those big bolts removed that could only have happened with outside help, they said. Now, officials discovered that they were missing at least 7 hours later since their escape. Since this has happened, they have suspended 3 of the employees there pending the outcome of this internal investigation. And the sheriff insisted that the moment they found out, they immediately started calling victims and started calling survivors to warn them of what had happened.
You guys all ready? Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here so we can get more information out to our community. We are joined here today by our partners who are helping us to put this investigation together to get these folks back into custody. We are joined here by the FBI, the new stack who's in the back. We are also joined by our partners at the New Orleans Police Department, Chief Gauthier, the State Police. We've got a couple of members of the State Police also here to support us. Crime Stoppers and CEO Costanza. And we are going to start off with OPSO Major Silas Phipps Jr., who is over our Investigative Services Bureau, to give you an update about that. We'll then have Chief Jay Mallett, who is our warden over the jail, to discuss a little bit more about that. Major Stephanie Minto, who is our Crime Victims Reparations Unit Commander. Darlene Costanza will be next after that, and then the SAC from the FBI will be final. Major Phipps.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Sheriff. Thank you all for being here. I'll start by providing you an update on where we are with the investigation. Just an overview of the original timeline. So at approximately 8:30 this morning, OPSO jail operations staff found that several inmates on Pod 1 Delta were missing during their head count. That jail staff immediately began a systematic search of the facility for those inmates as members of our investigatory team began combing through video to see where they could have gone. At the time of the incident, there was no deputy physically on Pod 1 Delta, and the technician that was assigned to the housing unit module had actually stepped away to grab food. After reviewing video, we noticed that at 12:22 a.m., several inmates on Pod 1 Delta were observed jarring one of the sliding doors open, specifically on cell Delta 1006. At 12:43 a.m., those same individuals entered that cell. At 1 a.m., they were observed on camera exiting our facility using an adjacent loading dock door, so a loading dock door adjacent to that pod, and subsequently going down a side road behind our building, our secure perimeter between the...
Can you start it?
Sure.
We'll provide this to y'all as well.
So you see them jarring open the door, they get it open, subsequently they go inside that cell, and this is where you see them exiting the loading dock door. As you know, if you notice, they are carrying blankets with them. This road that they're going out of is behind this building, as I explained. They subsequently go through another door, and here, at some point, you can see them come through here, and they scale the fence through this door that's near the construction site. They scale that fence, and then make good on their escape, crossing all lanes of I-10. prisoners to you see them going across as we speak. And as Casey said, we will share those videos with you all.
So if you had video of them...
1 second,
We would like to acknowledge the over 200 law enforcement personnel that are assisting this investigation. They represent partner agencies, the Louisiana State Police, Department of Public Safety and Corrections, Louisiana Office of Probation and Parole, Louisiana Attorney General's Office, the New Orleans Police Department, the Orleans and East Jefferson Levy District Police Departments, United States Marshal's Office, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Homeland Security Investigations, the Office of Alcohol, Tobacco Control and Explosives, the St. Tammany and St. Bernard Parish Sheriff's Offices. I will now turn it over to Chief Jay Mallett.
Thank you. What I would like to do is kind of point to you that what we believe is the exit point of where the inmates left. What you're looking at here is a vantage point where you're behind the cell in the pipe chase. And as you can see, these are rebars that reinforce the structure. There are clean cuts here, and plumbing has been removed. All this on the outside of the cell, behind in the pipe chase. This is how it looks initially. As you can see, we have bolts that hold those fixtures in place. These are again on the back side into the pipe chase. All of this has been removed, and these have been clean cut. We have reason to believe that there was some assistance with this. That's why we're thoroughly investigating. And as Major Fisher said, we placed 3 individuals on administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation.
Good afternoon, all. I am Major Stephanie Minter Gibson, and I oversee the Crime Victims Unit for the Orleans Fire Sheriff's Office. Once I was notified about the escapees, I immediately gathered a team of experienced staff, and we started calling victims and survivors just to make sure that they are aware of what was going on and that they are safe. For the records that had no information, I immediately reached out to our partners such as NOPD Special Victims Unit, Detective Walton, who was very grateful in helping us, and she provided us with other information that we were able to call those families and help them as well. Once we finished the first batch of victims, we started calling the second batch, and actually the reason why I'm saying that is because I separated them. The chief from the DA's office, victims, Alison Morgarder, reached out to me, and we both were calling victims. What she had and I did not have, we shared information, and we both gathered all the information, and we made sure all victims were aware of what was going on. Most of the victims were very grateful for the calls. They graciously thanked us. We additionally sent our detectives to their homes for more safety measures, and that alone speaks measures. I strongly encourage all to educate the community on the importance of VanLink. This is a free app that is listed online, and it is also a guide for victims and survivors to track offenders while they navigate the criminal justice system. The number for VAN is 1-800-277-7477. I'm sorry, it's 1-866-277-7477. We are located here on the 3rd floor of the Sheriff's Office, and our contact number here is 504-827-6754, 504-202-9229. Thank you.
Good evening. As you know, Crime Stoppers has been in this community offering asking for anonymous tips and offering cash rewards for that information for over 40 years, close to 50 years. And what we do is we allow you to come forward through either a phone number, and that number you hear it every day, 504-822-1111, You can go to the crimestoppersgno.org website and post a tip, or you can use our mobile app. It's Crime Stoppers GNO Say It Here. No matter how you come to Crime Stoppers, you remain anonymous. We're not tracking your IP, we're not tracking your phone number, we're not asking you to be a witness. But what we're asking you to do today to help the individuals here is to make the call. If you know someplace that someone likes to frequent, you know someplace that they may be, somewhere they might visit, a friend that might be helping, give the call, make the call, send the tip. Now today we're also announcing an increased reward of $2,000 on each apprehension. So if there are 9 individuals that we're looking for, that's $2,000 on each of the 9 individuals. You have to go through Crime Stoppers. We asked you to come through Crime Stoppers because we're going to keep you anonymous. That's the trusted program. That's the way that we operate. But know that the reward is there if your information leads to the apprehension, and that will come from law enforcement. Thank you. FBI?
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Jonathan Tapp, Special Agent in charge of the FBI here in New Orleans. FBI New Orleans has a command post up and running to help search for the escaped inmates. We are offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to the arrest of any of these escaped inmates. If you have information on their whereabouts, we're asking you call 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit a tip online to fbi.gov/New Orleans fugitives. We're working side by side with our law enforcement partners. New Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office remains the lead investigative agency here, and we are helping. Thank you very much.
All right. So good evening, everybody. I wanted to begin by telling you that we have made progress today. We have 3 of the escapees are now in custody. We have active leads on the other escapees. We have approximately 200 agents, officers out there. People are talking. We appreciate that. We know that the second person that we got into custody was actually an actual Crime Stopper tip. And Darlene Cosenza will speak to you again at the close of this brief update for you. But the 3 people that we do have in custody are Kendall Miles, Robert Moody, and Keenan Dennis. Those are the 3 that are currently in custody. We want to remind people to call Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. We always say this, but it's very important that people understand we don't need your name. We don't want your name. We just want your information.
Now tell me they wasn't running like they heard her. And guess what? The song came into my head. Hold up. When that Pharaoh chariot comes, I'm gonna leave you bound for the promised land. I'm gonna leave you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave you. Farewell, oh farewell. Gonna meet you in the morning. Farewell, oh farewell. Oh, meet you in the morning. Farewell, oh farewell. That's how they was running. So look at here. If y'all hear me when the Trump session start and y'all hear me, get your things together and let's go. I don't know where we going, but we getting up out of here. Y'all understand? Any more updates on this, I shall let you know. You understand? Because I need for them to be catched, because I don't need them coming around me and nobody else that they may have hurt. And people probably fearful of them. So I will let y'all know. And what I say again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all know any of the inmates, or maybe if you no, you can't put that down there that you called. Yeah, because that's anonymous. Let me know how you feel about it. I love y'all. I thank you to all my subscribers and anybody who watched, because I still think I'm being shadow banned. So whoever looked at 5 views, 6 views, I don't know what's going on, that my videos are not getting played. But I'm not stopping. YouTube trying to be funny. Yeah, but I got this. God don't play about me. Amen. Amen.